Baahubali maker S.S. Rajamouli and global hit Avatar maker James Cameron. These are the two filmmakers. Right now everyone's been talking about them, and they met recently at an award ceremony. Rajamouli was surprised to discover that the legendary director Cameron has watched his recent blockbuster RRR not once but twice and has been raving about it. Cameron then appears to have told Rajamouli that if he ever wants to work in Hollywood, the two filmmakers should connect. Listen in to what was discussed.
This words for you is more than an award. I feel like I can't believe you saw the film and you're realizing my film. My heart is whoa!
Wait till you see what he said. I didn't do it in sport. So I wanted to take the shoot.
We shot for 320 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And with no second unit. So.
No, did you, of course, who wants to do second unit?
Yeah.
Right? And you composed, right? Yeah, because I saw you at the book clubs. The score is quite amazing because I like the music to kind of a little bit stay out of the way and kind of come in and support. And when the audience is already feeling something, then it fills the feeling. If you're using the music very differently, he opens his eyes, boom, and it's like, and you go with it. It's like you feel like standing up. There are moments in that film where I just had to get up. I'm talking about watching it at home. I'm standing up. You know, that honor. But the thing, I can only imagine what it must be like to be in here. To see it there. Because of all of the hurt and the oppression and everything, and how that must feel, and how that must, the pride that your audience, your own audience must feel. I mean, I'm sure it's a bonus round for you that people love it everywhere. But what you must be doing in your countries and your people, the pride and the power, you know, we must feel just on top of the world.
Absolutely. That's exact words that I'm using every day.
Well, you earned it.
Those words by James Cameron to say that I can only imagine that if you're an Indian watching RRR, the joy that you must feel and the pride in watching that film. Remember, from a fellow filmmaker, it is a compliment, of course. But for a filmmaker with the stature of James Cameron, this clearly means much more, not just to S.S. Rajamouli and the RRR team, but for whole of India. Let's try and understand what kind of a moment this is, and many like these with the nominations that are coming in, whether it's in Academy Awards or in other award ceremonies as well. Joining me now is senior entertainment journalist Lata Srinivasan for the latest on that. Lata, first, welcome and thank you for joining in. You know, there were encouraging words. When you listen to this extract, you can see the smile on the face of Rajamouli, and this clearly reflects perhaps the pride he's also facing. This to the credit individually, of course, to the RRR team. It is about Telugu cinema getting its appreciation. It's about Indian cinema getting its appreciation too. But do you think there should be or could be a collaboration? How do you look at this video?
Absolutely. I think, the moment RRR became a global hit and it went to the US and Rajamouli won the first award at the New York Critics, award ceremony, everybody knew it was going to become big. But I think what cemented it, of course, was the Golden Globes Award for Best Original Song, and then, the other awards that followed, the Critics' Choice Awards and the Seattle Critics Awards and so on. Definitely a collaboration is on the cards for Rajamouli. Whether it's with James Cameron or not, one doesn't know.
Yes.
One hopes that it is with James Cameron, but he's definitely going to Hollywood and he's going to be the first Indian director there to collaborate in that space.
Lata, let's talk about this new kind of cinema that emerged in 2022 and the manner in which it is being noticed globally. There are different kind of films that have surfaced. How do you see this note that the Indian cinema is now taking, that it's reclaiming your stories, it's telling it the way we would like, and if the West notices it, great for the Indian directors?
Absolutely. See, I think for a long time, and this was a story that I wrote as well, for a long time, the West was only, aware of Hindi cinema. And they felt that all Indian cinema was Hindi cinema. But that's not the case, because Indian cinema consists of various regional film industries. And with RRR and with Baahubali, I should say, that was the beginning. And with RRR, it cemented the fact that India was, diverse languages and diverse film industries. And the globe and the world and filmmakers abroad and the audience abroad is now very aware of that fact. And it is thanks to Rajamouli, I must say.
How do you see this now for other nominations? Because we are looking at Academy Awards in the month of March. It is the award season. There are many other films that have been shortlisted, nominated, and we're all praying that there will be many more names coming forth as well. Do you see this encouraging for Indian cinema as we are witnessing? Of course, RRR has all of that accolade coming its way, and I have to say I admire the humility with which most of these crew members of the team have gone forth and accepted the award, taking the Indian pride with them. But how do you see this as coming next for Indian cinema in terms of nominations, shortlisting, and perhaps many filmmakers saying, let's take that risk, let's take that chance, let's see how we can experiment with our films, and if the appreciation comes, so be it, and that was most welcome, but not at the cost of that. Do you think that is something that we should be looking at, Lata?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Indian film industry, including the Hindi film industry, is going to start looking at content, more seriously. It's going to start looking for stories which are rooted in Indian culture, Indian history. Because that, at the end of the day, is what, RRR is about. And even Baahubali was mythology. Even Kantara was rooted in, folklore, Karnataka tradition.
Correct.
So I think what we need to look at is revisit our own culture and look for stories which resonate with the worldwide audience, and this is definitely what is going to happen in Indian cinema, and that is the way forward. Absolutely, we must tell the world our stories.
Absolutely. In other words, it is going local, going vocal for global.
Yeah.
That is how perhaps Indian cinema is rooting for, and I think it's worth to mention that it's not just about Hindi cinema, it's about whether it's Telugu and then getting translated into other languages too. Lata Srinivasan, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your perspective about, well, let's hope that there will be many more appreciation coming in. But RRR appears to have caught everyone by storm. Everyone's talking about it. It's making waves at the prestigious Golden Globe Awards too. SS Rajamouli's RRR has already clinched the Critics' Choice Award on 15 January. The movie features Charan and Junior NTR in the lead role and have already lifted 2 awards at this event, scoring the Best Song Award for Naatu Naatu as well as the Best Foreign Language Film. And their competitors, remember, were some of the best-known films in the Foreign Language Film category. Here's a report on that.
And the Golden Globe goes to Naatu Naatu, RRR.
This is the first nomination and first win for this writing team. They win their Golden...
Celebratory mode continues for India as after the historical victory at the Golden Globes 2023 for foot-tapping number Naatu Naatu, Team RRR took over the West by bringing not 1 but 2 glories home at the 29th Critics' Choice Award in Los Angeles.
My brother and the director of this movie RRR and many more films which I composed music for him, for believing in me and for giving me all the freedom I asked for and appreciated my music like anything. Thank you, Rajamouli.
That's right, it was an evening to remember as filmmaker S.S. Rajamouli picked up awards for Best Song and Best Foreign Language Film despite stiff competition, and what's even more admirable is the fact that he ensured he thanked all the important women in his life and also chanted Mera Bharat Mahan during his acceptance speech.
To all the women in my life, my mother, Rajanandani, she thought school education was overrated, and she encouraged me to read comics and storybooks, and she encouraged my creativity. My sister-in-law, Srivalli, who became like a mother to me, she always encourages me to be the best version of myself. My wife, Rama, she's a costume designer of my films, but more than that, she's the designer of my life. If she's not there, I'm not here today. To my daughters, they don't do anything, just their smile is enough to light my life up. Finally, to my motherland, India, Bharat, Mera Bharat Mahan, Jai Hind.
Under the Best Song category, RRR's Naatu Naatu was competing with Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Carolina, Where the Crawdads Sing, Ciao Papa from Pinocchio, and New Body Rumba from White Noise. While under the Best Foreign Language Film category, RRR was up against All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina 1985, Bardo Falls Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Close, and Decision to Leave. After the win, visuals of S.S. Rajamouli and his son Karthikeya from the red carpet holding and celebrating prestigious gongs also made it to social media and, needless to say, went viral in no time. The filmmaker rocked a button-down sherwani kurta paired with beige trousers and a shawl for the award ceremony, while son Karthikeya was all suited up for the evening. What's more, RRR also found a new admirer, and it's none other than the legendary James Cameron. Earlier, filmmaker Rajamouli had his fanboy moment when he met director Steven Spielberg. Sharing these pictures, which also featured M.M. Keeravani, he captioned the post as, "I just met God." RRR is a fictional period drama based on the lives of two Telugu freedom fighters, Alluri Sitaramaraju and Komaramu.
So congratulations to the RR team, and we're looking forward for a collaboration to wait time soon, but also a word of encouragement, remember, for many more Indian filmmakers who are willing to tell our stories our way, and then the global world will take notice of that. Alphabet is the parent company of Google and has cut 12,000 jobs, becoming the latest technology company to reduce workforce because of concerns about a broader economic slowdown after a hiring spree, though, during the COVID pandemic. The job cuts are company's largest ever, amounting to about 6% of its global workforce. Take a look at this report about the large level of layoff that are taking place in the job circuit.
Shares of Alphabet jumped more than 5% on Friday after the Google parent company said it's cutting about 12,000 jobs as the tech sector reels from a string of layoffs and companies stake their futures on artificial intelligence. The announcement comes at a delicate moment for the U.S. tech giant, which has long been the leader in key areas of AI research. Joseph Bonner is a technology, media, and telecom analyst at Argus Research.
We're in a very uncertain macro environment, particularly around digital advertising, which is the lifeblood of Alphabet and Google. I mean, over the long term, I still think it's a great company. I mean, it's the technology is some of the best in the industry. Search advertising still is doing well. There's been some concern around Chat GPT, the new AI kind of text-based interface. That could be a problem in some time in the future, but I think that's a real long-term issue. So right now, I still see the company as still very viable.
But industry observers said so-called generative AI may test Google's dominance in internet search after Microsoft-backed startup OpenAI released a chatbot known as ChatGPT that can answer queries with human-like responses. Microsoft this week said recession worries were forcing it, too, to shed 10,000 jobs, but said it would focus on loading its products with more AI going forward. Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai echoed that sentiment in his layoff memo to staff.
It's a wrap on this bulletin for now. For further news and updates, you can always log on to indiatoday.in. Thank you for watching. Take care.